Could you get hold of the city administrator, make an appointment for me? I'd love to get a look at this budget so I know what he's actually talking about.
This is mine?
Yeah.
You got this for me? That's nice of you.
A couple of things developing you might want to know about. The homeless activists want to talk to you.
You made a big deal out of housing issues during the campaign. You might want to address that.
Hey, what else?
Jason Horn wants us to meet him at the lagoon. He wants to talk about the gay bashing.
Alleged gay bashing.
Call a spade a spade.
No, a spade a spade. Then why does he want me to meet him down in the park?
He wants you to be seen there. He thinks it'll bring attention to the case. Let people know it's an important issue.
People are aware this is an important issue.
It's a favor.
It's a favor. There's no harm in chalking up a few of those.
I know what he wants.
And it's his constituency. He wants to let people know he cares.
I'm not talking to
Just
media.
make an appearance. It won't take long.
I don't be talking to media about this, not at this time.
You got time. Why don't you go talk to Jason? I'll see what the homeless guys want, huh?
You know what they want, don't you? They want homes.
So what do you got here?
There was another case of some remains found out here about five years ago.
5 years ago? Yeah. I don't think I was on that one.
No? Well, some guy found a skull. Thought he'd take it home with him. Thinks it's Aboriginal. Nobody's gonna miss it. Believe it? These are the case file photos right here. And I just want to see how far apart these sites are. Maybe they're together.
Yeah, well, nothing much has changed. Now, that's a trailhead right there.
Yeah, right there, right?
Yeah.
I think we can find this. Want to take a look?
Sure. So, how's the new gig?
Oh, yeah. Pretty good. A lot of bedtime reading, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'll bet. They got me doing homicide.
Yeah, I thought you didn't want to do homicide.
Yeah, I know, but Leo retired, you moved on. Rose took a job back east, you know. Suddenly they got the guys with experience. I'm just helping out taking off the details.
What is your concern?
My concern is that the police aren't treating this as a hate-motivated attack, despite the obvious. Everybody knows this is a gay stroll. Half the world knows it.
What makes you think they're not treating it that way?
Well, the first murder wasn't prosecuted as a hate crime because the Crown said there wasn't the evidence. Now, I followed that case quite closely. I don't think they asked the right questions. I don't think they took the right approach. I'm concerned they're going to do the same thing again.
No, I can't really get in there and try and direct this investigation.
No, but you could maybe report that to my constituents in the West End and demanding that this be looked at as a hate crime. Now, I don't know if it's a hate crime. I don't want it to be. But I just think the police need to be pushed a little bit, given previous experience.
Well, what I could do is I could give homicide a call. I could make them aware that the community's concerned.
I'm sure it'll have a lot more weight coming from you.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
What are your feelings about putting in the slots down at the racetrack at Hastings Park there?
What are your feelings?
I think the slots are necessary. I think we put the slots in down there, we keep the jobs we need them, and if we don't, we're going to lose the track and the jobs to the burbs and a Vancouver institution, too.
Those are my feelings.
So if it comes down to a vote, you come down the yes side?
Yeah, sure, I got no problem with that.
Great.
Well, I don't know why they didn't find this one 5 years ago. It's been buried 10 feet from the other one.
Yeah. And now you're looking for two kids. Probably related, yeah?
Well, they're about the same size. Who knows?
How do you want to treat the scene? You want me to start a homicide file on it?
I guess you could get the guys down here from your old crew. Take a good look around, make sure we didn't miss anything else, and yeah. I'll go back over missing persons, start looking for a pair of Aboriginal kids.
Yeah.
Here we go. Shaquille, at the end of the last session here, the outgoing council, right at the last minute, they reached a decision I find kind of... They awarded the city advertising contract, which is $6-7 million, to a new firm, Pacificom Media. Now, that contract used to be awarded to Lloyd Manning. I'm sure you're aware of Lloyd Manning, right?
Thanks.
Now, you were accounts on council last year. Could you shed any light for me as to why that might have happened that way?
Pacific presented an attractive deal. And it was generally felt by council that Manning wasn't getting the most out of the budget for us.
Well, I've heard allegations Pacificom was throwing some money around out there. Who was in on that decision?
It was made at an in-camera meeting.
It was. Well, details of that meeting got leaked out because Lloyd Manning knew that he submitted the lowest bid, and that's just one of the reasons why he wants to sue the city right now.
Look, Pacificom Media came up here not just to Vancouver. They had Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg, Toronto,
Oh, yeah?
all the major cities, and you know, they scored advertising contracts in most of those places as well. They're big, but They're good at what they do.
So what do you think? Was there money in their game?
Look, I don't know. I mean, I know that PACCOM donated something to the campaign fund of the previous mayor. How much that was, I don't know.
Was the contract bought? That's all I'm looking for is what's your honest feeling there?
I was a bit surprised at how the vote went. How's that?
Bit surprised.
What does Manning want?
Manning wants the contract reopened. He wants the contract back.
Pacific's going to come down with both their feet on our heads if we try to do that.
Well, Manning's pulling his boots on right now, so it's one guy or this guy, one or the other, okay? I don't know which way
We
to
need some
go.
pretty hard evidence to take on Pacific. And I would imagine if they did exert any influence, it went through the campaign manager's office. And we already know he committed suicide, so he's no longer available for questioning.
Yeah, I'm looking for some guidance here. I was hoping to get some advice. What do you think?
But these guys know how to play hardball at Pacific. So, even if we do find improprieties on their end, they could line us up with a squadron of their lawyers for years.
Okay.
My suggestion is we ask questions quietly. See if Manning's got any evidence or whether he's just blowing smoke, trying to get some leverage.
That's pretty good advice. I think we'll stick with that. Any objections to that? Okay, let's move this along, okay? What's the next item?
We've got about 50 people occupying the old Watson department store downtown, demanding beds for the homeless.
I heard about that. Now, remind me, why is it that we can't just leave them in there? In Watson's right now, they got a roof over their head until we can find something else out there for them.
It's really not suitable for even temporary housing.
No?
There are no toilets, no running water, and lots of rats and pigeons.
Okay, well, I should make a tour. You think that'd be a good idea? We can get that arranged?
Yes,
all right.